I always said to myself, I would have been maybe I would have made more money in real estate, in the real estate business.
You're in time.
Let me leave his on LinkedIn.
And go on LinkedIn?
I use a lot of LinkedIn.
I actually have shaken hands with Gaddafi, Mobutu.
Nice.
I mean, you're walking down the street and you're looking and say, is that a $20 million car? Jesus Christ. And I mean, it's like one, you say, oh, and they're all over the place.
It's nice.
But I was raised in Switzerland. Klaesi comes with a umlaut. You know, sometimes I wear this t-shirt said umlaut on it. It's 2 points on the A. But so we changed it. My dad traveled, meaning it was international, worked in hotels and all over the world. So he couldn't put this damn 2 points on the A, even when you worked in Saudi Arabia, when you worked in Dubai, it's no way. Okay. So, I mean, it's like, so took it off cold and we changed all our passports to AE. Okay. All our other passports, because we all had a collection of passports. Okay. So nothing wrong. We didn't do anything illegal. But, my Swiss passport still has 2 points on it.
Okay, and what's that called?
Umlaut.
Umlaut. That's right.
So yes, so Jason, who has his little clothing line, okay, his retirement thing where he just, okay. I mean, he doesn't need a job, but he has to have a job for sanity, okay?
Yeah.
So he started doing this, and it actually keeps him sane. I mean, he doesn't go crazy.
The clothing thing?
Yeah, there's his little t-shirt things, okay? So, I mean, and so he designs, sometimes when we get drunk or we're talking or whatever, we come up with these stupid ideas, and some of these t-shirts come out of that, okay? So that's...
I saw some of the t-shirts. I think I asked them for one. The one he was wearing last time I saw him. I forgot which one it was.
I mean, I strictly, everything, well, actually, I don't think I wear nothing with Monksy.
Yeah.
I mean, every day I'm wearing a Monksy, so I mean, but yeah, we came up with something.
And that's the
There's some shirts we can't even wear because they're rude.
Gotcha.
So some of them I have to wear them at home. Some I wear with my daughter, so she sees me, because it's called Swifty with a middle finger, okay? And she gets a little bit upset with me, okay? I say, hey, listen, I'm sorry, okay? She's voting on the wrong side, so I really don't care. Okay, so that's it. But there are other ones. There are other ones where you can't really wear.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. We've already been rolling.
Oh, what? Yeah. Okay, well, it's a pleasure.
So, welcome to the Romero podcast. We have Cyrus. You said Klaesi?
Klaesi. Just call it Cyrus.
Yeah. Just wanted to give the people.
It's not Hundreds of Cyrus and I'm not killing.
Is there another Cyrus?
Yeah, there's a couple of Cyruses, but the only one, like, after I met you, I met like 5 others.
That's true, good.
Yeah, okay.
That's true. I've never heard, like, I heard the name Cyrus in like books and stuff, but
when my mother gave me that name, there were very few.
Yeah.
And they were only Persian people from Iran. Yeah, they hear that me. And the reason why she gave me that name is because my mother won a beauty contest when she was in her 18s, okay, and was invited by the Shah of Iran. Okay. And obviously was invited and spent some time down there. And somehow that's how that name came out of. Okay, I love that.
That's not bad. That's not a bad way to.
So yeah, so I do actually have people. It's actually not a bad name for business. Certainly not in the business I am in. So it creates conversation, and I mean, I have had it helps.
It does.
It actually does.
Yeah.
Such as something like calling, hey Bob. I mean, it just okay. So it creates conversation.
Yeah, Cyrus with the exotic name, selling exotic cars. That makes sense. You know, like somebody comes in, they're like, I want to get that Ferrari. You wouldn't say, let me get Dylan on him. Yeah. Cyrus with a Y.
You know, when you say Cyrus selling cars, that part of my life is sort of. It is. I hate the word that we're car salesmen. I know, but And I distance myself from that to a point. We don't even call it. I mean, we have a dealership license on this building. Okay. I don't see it as a dealership. I don't see it as a dealership, and we only cater online. So and again, it's a totally different world. So if I could distance myself, the more I distance myself, and the less I try to sell, the better it is.
Yeah.
And actually, we sell. I don't run after people.
Right.
And I even
People buy from
and even sales team, I tell them not to. No, you follow up, but I'm not here to call you and follow up every day and try and figure. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I let people call me back and complain and say you didn't follow up. I said no, that was clear. I told you. I sent you an email. I said when you need it, if you're ready to move forward, just contact me. We will help you.
Because we were talking earlier before we started. He was telling me that he doesn't really negotiate on cars,
Okay.
or on product, right? So somebody, he says, I know he's got one out there for like 400 something. So which one?
I have a 2025 GT3 RS. It was sitting on the lift. You might not see it, but we actually had it on Somo. Somo is RM Sotheby's Motorsport. Okay, the online auction. The car actually was on there for 12 days. It reached $386,000 plus 5%. So it reached where I wanted to get, but I mean 386 is not doing the deal because the 5% is where RM Sotheby's makes, okay? Online. Because if it's auction, RM, auction, live auction, it's 12%. The auction fees.
So you charge the 5% to sell the vehicle.
So they make 5%. They don't charge me.
So the buyer sells whatever the price is plus 5%.
Yes. Okay. Now, normally, in the normal world, when you do it online, it's 5% my side and 5% the other side. This case didn't work out that way. I mean, I negotiated that part. I said I was not putting the car up if I had to pay something for it.
I actually forgot to talk to you about that. We do off part because we actually need an SUV. We need a G-Wagon.
You need G-Way? Yeah. So, what year?
I mean, anything, I would say 23 and newer. Like
Okay,
23
I can find them, and I can. So we have access, obviously, to what we call Manheim. Okay, what is basically for dealerships. It's the auctions for dealerships. Okay, only dealers have access to that and be able to purchase that way. And I mean, I can show you exactly within minutes what I can put my hands on.
And you do consignment here too, right? Yeah. So if we're going to put the...
So a lot of our business, and this is where when we say I hate the word dealership, okay? I mean, let's simplify this. I distance myself.
Try to sell, you know what I mean?
No.
I distance myself from working in a dealership. Obviously, I mean, my background is not even that. My background is hotel business, hospitality business, okay? That nightclub business, because I mean, that is my real business. But obviously, I always figured out it's hospitality business. When you're in that business, that doesn't make money. I mean, it doesn't make as much money as people think it does. Yeah, doesn't matter. Even if you're a GM running a show, it doesn't make as much money. You need another gig. Okay, so that's the reason why car business got involved, even when I was in a younger age. Okay, so the point is, it was when this business was put together. What is Euro Prestige Imports? But when people say what's Unknown Charlotte, and we actually use more of that name than anything else, and that is not even a registered name, okay, meaning it's just a .com name, okay. The business is called Euro Prestige Imports, but Unknown Charlotte was somehow accidentally, it felt from somewhere thinking about it because people were saying, what are you going to call your business, okay? And this business, because what I wanted something what was sort of hospitality mindset, where you would have a shop, could work on cars, okay, car storage facility, where you could store cars for clients, where you can maintain them, where you can detail them, where keep on going, where you can actually sell them and represent cars for clients, okay, instead of using your money, use their money, okay. And obviously, the co-working space was sort of a part of, it was not directly something I thought, me personally. It was really handed to me, okay? But so, yeah, we could do that as well. But I mean, and there's so much other avenues to this. Okay, so that's why I hate the word.
So let's rewind. So let's go back to, because I mean, we never had a chance to sit down and talk like this. So I'm glad that we are, because I can get to pick your brain. So if we could rewind, 15-year-old Cyrus, all right? You were in California at that time. You were living in the West Coast. Were you not somewhere around there? I watched the podcast. Where were you at in California? What age was that?
No, that was not 15. When I was in California, that was
20s.
Yeah, it was 20.
Okay.
So that was 20. That was 24, 25. So little Cyrus, when you come down to that was Geneva, Switzerland.
Okay, I got you. And then you moved to the States. What age?
Around 20, 25.
Gotcha. So in that time,
In that time frame of 25, 25 to 26, that's when I moved. So I mean, yeah, my dad passed away, and I didn't see any reason of sticking around anymore, even though my whole family is still there. Okay,
right.
It was like he was my rock, and I could actually I worked with him. Okay, and so I mean, then I decided, so you know what, it's time for me to pack.
What did you guys do when you worked?
He was in the hotel business.
Okay, gotcha.
So basically, I mean, I actually ran nightclubs, restaurants in the Geneva market, and like I said, when I said it doesn't always pay the bills, Geneva is a very international town. Okay, Geneva, Switzerland is a capital for the United Nations. Is a capital of luxury banking. You name one. Okay, the Saudis come down there during summer vacation. The United Arabs come down there. Okay, and what I'm saying is they come to spend money.
Gotcha.
And they have all the private schools. Right? I mean, you cannot name any dignitary or let's say Russian, like they goes and say oligarch, okay, like you used to say, hasn't had their kids going to school in Switzerland. Okay, that's massively it. So what I did is we had a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant.
Not joking. Yeah, that's true. It's real.
Mexican restaurant. So it was something similar to. Let's call it this way. If you take a Chili's, okay, but hold on, it's not a Chili's. It is more Mexican, meaning I had the guy with the sombrero, with the guitar and everything.
That's so.
And then in the basement, we had a nightclub. Okay,
That's very Mexican.
and in the basement, we all our drinks came out of shakers. So basically, we would serve everything in shakers. Okay, and it's like liquorized. Okay. And for me to make money, I mean, I started buying a car too, and I would start Gold GTIs, things like that, and then step by step, I started only having 911 Porsches, and I would flip them, and I would park them in front of the restaurant, and I would have these kids who had all the money on the planet. Okay, that's it. I would turn them, and I would make money. Okay, so
you were buying them like what, retail? Or did you have
I would just have newspaper cash. Yeah, newspaper. Yeah, it was probably different. This is a totally different world back then. There is not even. I mean, the internet just started. Sending an email was a machine. It's like, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. It was like, seriously, makes me feel freaking old.
Or people were like, yo, the internet. Well, you're the internet. No, but how far do you think that's going?
It was a time you would list a car on a newspaper, or you would park your car on the side of the street with a sign on it, okay, for sale. So I mean, yes, I would park the car right in front of the restaurant, okay, where it was strictly forbidden. But I mean, obviously, I could do cops and whatever. I mean, and okay. So we would park the cars and it put stickers on them, and it was nice cars, and that's how I actually started making a little bit of money on the side. But that's what threw me into that's what opened my world to the car business. But obviously there was a neighbor of mine who owned a dealership, okay?
In Switzerland.
In Switzerland.
Okay.
And the neighbor of mine, his son didn't want to work for him anymore. And he needed someone to detail his vehicles. And all he would sell was Aston, Ferrari, Porsches, Lamborghini. That's all he would sell. Okay. And back then you didn't have to have a franchise dealer to sell brand new Ferraris. You could order them from factory. Really, okay? The world was really way simple, okay?
Yeah.
So I always remember him. He one day would come up to me and say, "Cyrus, you want to make extra money?" I said, "Sure, I do." He said, "I just need you to maintain these cars, detail them, move them, that they don't get flat spots, and just once in a while, just drive them to school. Drive them to school. Okay, drive them to school. Sounds good." And I would drive.
And what was the purpose of that? To drive?
He was his old school guy. He didn't like cars sitting around. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, you would have teachers that have a $10,000, $15,000 car, and I'd pull in a $100,000, $120,000, $130,000.
They're like,
Remind you that era, $200,000 cars was it was 150 was expensive a lot. I mean, a Porsche 911 Turbo S was 69,000 Swiss francs, which was equivalent to that same thing, $69,000. Okay, where a car like that today you don't touch if you don't. A Turbo S is going to cost you 300 and something if it's loaded. Okay, like you know,
Yeah.
Isn't that he plays that game?
yeah, I'm getting to that game. That's why I'm glad I'm here, so that I could just go next door.
Listen, it is a fun game.
It's a great.
What?
Would you let me wash your cars and drive them?
Yeah, we're gonna drive to school too.
It is a fun game, but you have to figure out if you're buying not to lose too much, or you're buying it you don't care and you're fine. Because it's a game where you can buy cars just by loving cars, and you're going to lose money regardless.
Right.
And I tell you, even in this world today, I mean, this has changed a lot. The car business, you don't make money on a $30,000 to $60,000 car anymore. There's no money to make on the bill. Nothing. It's where you make the money is that relationship you build with the client. And it goes, meaning where real dealerships make money is a service department. Okay. So where guys like us maybe make money is in how do we have different baskets where we do several stuff, where you create relationships with people.
Right.
So obviously you make money on $100,000 plus cars. That's where you still can make money. But on the daily car,
No, Toyota Prius.
honestly, no, there's not much to make out of it anymore.
Okay.
Where's the money of those? Financing, probably?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always the funny thing when we say, so Mario would come up to me one day. He didn't understand it in the beginning. He would come up to me and say, how do you sell a $200,000 car in 5 minutes and the money is wired 30 minutes later? And I said, and he said, I'm going after this guy trying to sell him this $30,000 Mercedes. Okay. He doesn't want to wire the money. He wants to come in with a check. Okay. We already tell him that check, we're not going to deliver the car unless the check clears. Okay. And it's like, and the guy is skeptical if he wants to wire. And I say, it's just a different world. It is a different world.
Yeah.
And again, it's a different world. It's not because the people are more confident. Well, their time is valuable.
Yeah.
Their time is valuable. And then they learn. Well, when you get into this money, when you start buying stuff of a certain value, or you are around, I don't know, just like going to the airport and instead of taking a plane, you go to the private terminal, take a jet, get on there. Your mind is totally different. I mean, you're paying for your check, you're paying for your flight. I mean, you're not even looking at, you barely look at the tab. You're just signing, it's goodbye. You might look at it 3 weeks later and say, oh shit, I paid $45,000 for that. Yeah. The mind is totally different, and it's the same thing in that world of cars. Okay, but it's also a different world because these people don't have time. They might do their homework on you, and they might check, but it's like any of us. If I wanted to know who you really are, I go online and I pretty much can see if you're really real or you're a bullshitter. Okay, yeah, it's simple. And it doesn't matter how much you put out there. They're just reading the lines, what you can find. I mean, if there's something wrong with somebody immediately, either you're not going to find the dude, okay, or you're going to find only problems, okay?
Right.
You're going to find arrest warrants. You're going to find all kind of little crap, okay? So that's what I'm saying. And that doesn't mean that even me, when I actually sell something to somebody, I mean, a $250,000, $300,000 car, it's true. Sometimes I question, but it's like, oh, let me leave his own LinkedIn. And
go on LinkedIn?
I use a lot of LinkedIn.
Yeah, but I haven't done it.
On mine it says insurance agent.
Let me tell you something. I'm in the business because of LinkedIn.
Really?
Okay. LinkedIn is how I got in, is how I met my business partner. Okay. who owns the building. Okay.
Okay.
And it was a LinkedIn. And really funny to say, I never met him or otherwise. It was on LinkedIn. He reaches out to me and say, "Hey, I've been looking. I saw that you sell cars." He asked me, he said, "Can you get this Porsche in Florida? I need to hear by Tuesday."
Did you post content like Instagram or link?
I do.
Yeah,
I do, and yeah, I do, and it paid off. I don't track now what comes from where, what, although it puts a reminder for some guys and say, "Oh, let me look what he has," or "Hey, can you get me this?" And listen, I am not McLaren Shaw, Metrolina, Foreign Cars Italia. I can't. I mean, I would like to play that game. For that, you need a little bit more capital. Okay, I don't have that capital. Okay, so but what we can do is we can do it differently. We do a lot of business with. We have assets and people I can reach out to, or I can find anything. I mean, I have no problem going and getting anything for someone when I feel comfortable it's right, okay? But because what I'm saying is when someone tells me to go get a $200,000 car, okay? It's like, I'm not going to sit on it. You're owning it. When I get it, of course, okay? Oh, well, I knew, no, we agreed.
Yeah.
But again,
He said I had to buy it right away as soon as
thing is, but I never, there are very little, but on majority is like, listen, I'm coloring affiliate. I'm going to get you the right stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if it has an issue, I know we're going to resolve it. And sometimes cars, when you buy and they have issues, but everything's repairable. Okay, I'm going to make sure the car is clean, not a salvage title. I'm going to make sure that it's all there. Okay, and the title is free and clear. That's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Right.
So, but there is, in my world, I had to go a different way around. When I worked for the dealership up the street, yeah, I mean, I had a client, he wanted that, I go buy it. And it doesn't matter how much it costs. Okay, I would say, so do you have money in the house? And no. How do you know these guys are going to pay? So don't worry. We shook a hand over a phone call. How you know? I said, don't worry, I know it. And I mean, again, you're in the business. No, yeah. I think you know when you have something serious with somebody.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I always said to myself, I would have been maybe I would have made more money in real estate, in the real estate business.
You're in time.
But here's the thing. No, but I don't have the passion for it. What I'm saying is, and before I actually decided 6 years ago to start this thing, okay, I was almost going to get my real estate license because I said to myself, and I said, okay, good. Were you just going to go and sell 300 for? I said, no. I'm going to go sell $5 million homes. And I said, hey, don't worry about it. There's none in Shaw. I said, there will be.
There will be, yeah.
And 5 years ago, it was a harder market. Now, there's $20 million homes, okay? And it's like,
you're looking, yeah.
You go back 10 years, okay? What I'm saying, 5 years it was started. But if you go back 10, 15 years, I don't know how I've been 15 years in this town. Oh, I wish I had it. I mean, there were corners of streets you could buy for $500,000.
18, that
There were 15 million in corners of streets, okay?
Yeah.
And it's not even saying, oh, no, you could build a business on it. You can do this, you can do that. Mailbox money. That's good money.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let me ask you, where do you think, so what I'm picking up from what you're talking is you're kind of a guy that's just like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. So where did that come from? Is that something that you picked up when you moved over here? Did you already have that? Because it sounds like you already had that in Switzerland when you were figuring out how to make some extra scratch. Is that from your parents? Is that?
Yeah, it's from my dad, actually.
Okay.
At a young age, at 16, I got a job at the airport of Geneva.
Okay.
And I said to my dad, I want a cool job. I don't care how many hours I have to work, but I just want a cool job. Okay. I don't want to work in a hotel. And he said, I got an idea. Let's go meet the general manager at the airport of Geneva. And it was political somehow. Okay. I go meet him. Okay. Big office view over the airport. Walk in, shake his hand. And then he say, listen, we're actually there's one of my buddies. He's recruiting, but we have to make sure who we hire.
Right.
Okay. Sort of background check, whatever. And I mean, or no background check, but we know who you are.
Right.
So I went to work for this company called Aero Leasing,
Oh, okay.
private jet company.
Nice.
And it was a company who would actually freight Falcon 900s, 50s, 20s, Learjets, no Gulfstreams, but anything out, all the French stuff, okay? But Red Cross flights. And Red Cross flights, or CICR flights, what do you call that, are usually flights where you go pick up someone in the middle of nowhere and bring him back to the United Nations. So you would be picking up guys like Gaddafi, Mobutu. I mean, and I don't, well, Hussein, okay? No, so, and then we would through the association of, then I mean, that's one thing. So we would do the pickup. I mean, this was an era where, the telefax machines existed, teletext machines. So basically you would put flight, you would put it, and there's no flight. There was no computers again. So again, it would be like typewriters, okay, where you would put in information, codings, and I don't even remember how I did that. But it would be flight instructions, okay? And it would be funny. You would fly into a country and it would stop, and that was it. And you would, no. I mean, when you would fly into countries like Iran, Iraq, I mean, I'm not a pilot, but the pilots would tell the stories to us, okay? And then when they would come back, they would fly in. Who would be there at 2:00 in the morning? Me. And I'd be waiting on the guy with a car, put him in, pass him through customs, backdoor customs, and then a limo would pick him out of the airport. And it's like what this was, coolest thing on the planet. This is like, no one knew these guys were coming into town.
Okay.
So yes, I actually have shaken hands with Gaddafi, Mobutu.
Nice.
And I mean, but I was nobody. I was just a kid, and I gave a shit. I didn't care who these guys were. I mean, I really didn't. Okay,
It's a cool mustache.
Cool mustache. Kane sitting back, open the door. No, and because this was not like a dignitary arriving and rolling the red carpet.
Yeah.
They're coming in
behind. Yeah.
and they're coming to the United Nations, and they're coming, and that was it.
Yeah.
So there's some weird stuff. I mean, it was some real cool stuff.
Okay.
But so now you tell me where the confidence comes from. It comes from this type of stuff, because the reason why is because later on, it took me time to realize what I actually did. I mean, Khashoggi, you know who that is? Khashoggi, the arms dealer. The arm dealer. Okay, he was one of our clients too. But he would fly in with his. What was it? He was a 727. What actually John Travolta bought. Okay, John Travolta still owns, I think. Okay, I mean, I can keep on naming. There were characters, the coolest thing on the planet, and I guarantee you, my first cars, they were all paid with cash because the tips were freaking phenomenal. These guys would come in, okay, they would have their guy with a suitcase, and how it would they would pay cash for bring him in a room, you give him the invoice everything, open the suitcase, look, it's written, I don't know, 30,000 Swiss francs, put it out, pay cash, no credit cards, pay cash. Here you go. They say, oh, and this is for your services, and this is for the services there, okay? And he said, by the way, this is for and he say, what do you mean? And he said, you'll understand. Then you go there, and the guys are offloading, and then you see something, and say, this is a frozen cow in the back of the thing, okay? You say, what the fuck? And it's like, okay. And he said, listen, no word here.
Yeah.
Told me to pay you. Put it in the trunk.
That's crazy.
I mean, because obviously you're bringing in. I mean, this is
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah. Whenever
It's really this doesn't exist,
And I don't care talking about it today anymore. I don't give a shit.
because some people, and it's funny because these conversations I had longly with a friend of mine. And he said, Cyrus, you should talk more about this. I said, no. I said, no, you should. I said, you're right. Why wouldn't I? And he said, I said, you know why I'm not talking about this? People think I'm bullshitting. Okay. I'm making up a story, but I have proof. I have people who know I did it. And I mean,
I have the picture of the cow.
no, but there's other things. I mean, we would drive. I would, with a good friend of mine, we would drive an Aston Martin all the way to the Fairmont Hotel in Monte Carlo, drop it off, hand over the keys to somebody, okay, and leave.
That's it.
We knew. I'm not going to say who it was, but it was somebody, and that's it. He was not supposed to lead there.
Or are they dead?
He's dead.
Oh, we're just gonna keep that.
You know, and it's like, and it just that gives you to a level, and there was nothing. It's just because you get into this and indirectly, and then I mean, it's a cool environment, it's a cool world.
Yeah, I bet.
But I mean, you don't have a life because you're working 7 days a week. But you don't really care at that age. I mean,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really matter because you're young. If you have, I mean, you're working in a world. There's plenty of hostesses. I mean, you know, there's women all over you, all over the place. I mean, it's not that ain't the problem. They're all over there. I mean, in an airport.
I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
Oh, there's women all on lights. So it doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't worry. You're never sleeping alone. That ain't the problem. Okay. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you can't get bored in that environment. It's a fun thing. So I mean, then you go from that, then you go work for another company, what's called Jet Aviation, and I'm sure you know about that name. That's an American company, okay, who actually does FBOs, okay, throughout the world, okay, and they usually they're the ones who do Air Force One, Air Force Two, they do anything like that, okay, and I have done that. I mean, we have done them when they would come into Geneva, and you would actually have somebody who would follow you the whole damn day, okay, where whatever you're doing, whatever you do, you go to the bathroom, the guy's waiting outside the door, okay?
Okay.
Because you are actually accessing sort of, not Air Force One, but you can access the other planes, okay?
Right.
Or you're around them. So
you think by proxy,
by doing these type of things, yeah, opens a little bit the world to saying, yeah, absolutely, everything is possible.
Yeah.
this guy,
So, I
brought
mean-
frozen cow.
I mean, no, but it's
I can do
not,
anything.
it's not, it's the what you're dealing with. You're
Right.
seeing things.
Yeah, of
Where
course.
most people don't see.
You're seeing things, and you say, if they can do it, why can't I do that? I mean,
Yeah.
but then it opens up. It's like many other things. It's like, okay, hey, I'm gonna go get my, I'm gonna go do hotel school, 1 year directly hotel school, and I'm gonna open a nightclub. Well, I can't do it right away, but I'm gonna work for somebody. After that, we open a small little nightclub. There's, it just, and then it keeps on going. So it's almost like confidence. It's like, yeah, you look and say, you get to a point, like I did it again to myself, 8 years ago, I said, I'm done. I'm not going to work for anybody anymore. I can't do this. And it's like at your age, I was thinking, say, there's no way, I said, yeah, I'm going to do this. I said, no way. Good luck. You're going to go broke. I'm not rich. Okay. But I mean, it's simple. If you work every day, you get up, you have a proper mindset, even if you're worried about everything, what's going on. Okay. You just never give up. If you have the mindset of never giving up and everything is possible, you can have the biggest problems on the planet, okay? They're not massive problems, but you have to say, okay, how I'm going to make payroll this week, okay? How I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, okay? How I'm going to pay for that. I mean, you know what? Just go to work.
Mhm.
Because actually, there is always something coming. I mean, if you're positive, things come. I mean, doesn't matter. It's like, oh, Jesus, I'm selling this thing. Perfect. I just needed that money. Okay?
Yeah.
You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
It keeps, or other things. It just keeps you out there.
Yeah.
And you don't digress. Other people can say, okay, this is too much. I'm stopping this. I'm just going to do this.
Have you had a time? Do you ever have a time where you wanted to stop trying? Like, have you ever had that?
No, I never had that time, but I had a time twice in the last 5 years where I would literally say, okay, if I now go over this, there's no return to this. I have to keep on going. Meaning I have to go bigger.
Yeah.
I have to do more. Okay. So yes, I mean, you can't give up. I mean, and I'm not authorized to give. I'm not authorized to give up. If I give up, I don't know. I mean, I have to make it.
Yeah, no.
No, I have to, because otherwise I don't know how I pay that bill.
Yeah.
It's simple. And again, so all I have to hope is I don't get sick. That's it. But I mean, again, if you're in the positive state of mind, even if you're sick, I'm not sick. I'm going. I don't care if I'm dying. I'm walking.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it. I mean, listen, but this is what the problem of this generation, this new generation out here. Okay, it's like people don't want to work anymore.
I know.
And it's not how much work you do. Listen, I understand some people say you have to work more clever, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't like to work more clever. I like just to work. Now, sometimes I have to learn how to back out and delegate, okay?
Yeah.
But the people who just say, I'm 9 to 5, anything after that I'm not doing.
I couldn't do that.
I can't do that.
Yeah, no, that's great.
And when I can't do that. And when someone tells me something like that, it's like,
I'm like, why don't you just retire? I'm like,
no, it just, what happens to
do
that?
what?
With that person, it's actually, I'm not asking anything anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just asking the strict minimum.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm looking, I will consider that I have to find someone else to do that job.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be me, but problem is, you can't, or you're going to say, well, it's going to be me, but you say, I don't want to do that. I'm going to hire somebody to do it. I mean, I'm going to find someone who wants to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, it's so, I see it on both sides. I mean, it depends. I mean, you have children.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a daughter.
Yeah.
I don't have, I mean, I can say this, my own kid who's walking somewhere in the building. I mean, I'm not worried about her. I mean, she is a workaholic. She will be a workaholic. I mean, but that because she just sees me being a worker. Maybe not do a great thing, but the only time she spends time around me is when I'm working. Okay. I barely take time, just personal time. But again, I could see that it's like, it's not the kid who will look at you and say, hey, Dad, I need $100. Dad, I need $100. What can I do to make the earn my $100? Get my point?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it will say, well, okay, this is what you're going to go do. Doesn't matter. But it's not like, hey, I need $100. It's like, hey,
Hey,
I need $100, but what can I do to earn it? That doesn't exist in this generation anymore. It's almost like, hey, give me $100. I'll figure out a way to pay you back.
Well, I mean, it's little things, right? Because I was just talking about this with Javier the other day. Because he has a son, 3-year-old, right?
3-year-old.
3-year-old, and I was telling him like before when we were kids, it was like the new episode of Looney Tunes came out, and I have to wait until next week
Yeah.
for the new episode.
I love how you changed Pavo to Looney Tunes.
Well, it's because he doesn't know her towel, bro. He doesn't know that show. So
It's a Mexican.
it's a real Mexican show. So anyway, I would have to wait for the next episode. And so now they get on Netflix and it's next episode. No, season's over.
Yeah.
New season.
You don't have
comes
to
up
wait
next
for
week.
anything.
Yeah, you don't have
You
to
just
wait for
get it
anything.
right away.
Music. Like I remember I was telling him because his son was like, I want to watch something
Right.
like right now. And I was like, okay. I remember thinking like, damn, Lion King comes on at 7. It's 4. Damn, I got
You know what I realized? We were talking about Swifty before, okay?
yeah.
So my daughter, obviously she's a Swifty fan, and she says to me, I want to get the new album, and I said, and I want to go to Target. She says to me, I said, hell no, I'm not going to Target. And then I walk away, and then Catherine says, what happened? Why do you go at midnight to Target? And I said, I realized how much of an idiot I was. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted away from anything computers, whatever, ordering Amazon or whatever. Let's go get it. Let's go wait in damn line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's like midnight. Okay. And it's like, yeah, that's the type of stuff I would do. I would do when I was 16. Why would I? I mean, I should encourage it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I said, I'm an idiot.
I didn't think about that.
I said, yeah, I'll go do it. And it's like, I said, and she looks at me and said, you're going to go do that? I said, yeah, I'll do it because it's you. But the reason I really did it is because, okay, you're going to go do the effort.
Yeah.
To
go there.
Because you could just stream it.
Wait in line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we really did.
And get the hard copy.
Get the hard copy.
Yeah, because you could just.
So, I mean, but and even that,
Well,
I
I mean,
mean-
groceries. 'Cause I do like Instacart all the time. I don't even go grocery shopping anymore.
Yeah, me either.
Well, I force myself to
Just,
go grocery
just for not waiting.
I mean, I really don't go grocery shopping. It's not me who does.
Let-
But
let's-
what I'm saying is, if I need to go to the store
yeah.
for anything that's food related or drink related, I'm going to the store. I'm
Mhm.
walking that store.
Is it because you need to see it and pick it yourself?
It's what
I don't. Do
it's like.
any-
You know, it is. We don't give. It's so easy. Do everything online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I buy every car online. Do I physically go touch them?
Yeah.
No. So what I'm saying is,
I actually bought my cars online.
but no, but you see where I'm. But okay, that's one thing. But cars, maybe. I mean, it. I don't know. Well, what's the difference? Well,
But when I'm gonna pick your
well, you buy a car online. You have to travel. You might have to get on a plane. You might have to go somewhere. You have to go far away. Okay.
Yeah.
But food or whatever, walk the store.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit more dangerous because you finish by. I mean, I'll tell you this: she won't take me to the store because when I go to the store with her, I fill up the car with all kind of crap,
Gotcha.
and it's like, you just spent $200 on nonsense that has no.
That's what I tell myself, that I don't go there because I'm going to spend more than
But
I
you
would.
you actually do, okay?
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's what it's designed for.
but
isn't
it is,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it is going to the store. Should be. What are we gonna do when? Well, actually, the big box stores. I mean, there's gonna be one day only Walmart left and Amazon. But you know what you know what will come back? The mom and pop small shops.
Oh, like a corner little grocery.
Bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Butchery. Because it actually, I don't know, I remember it. It was the coolest things on the planet. I mean, I lived in Europe. I mean, it still exists.
Yeah.
You walk into the
Then
stores,
probably
cut
had it,
your meat. I mean, it just totally different.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's something that keeps you grounded, being around all this luxury and stuff? Then you go to the store and you're like, a gallon of milk is $4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like luxury. I have to admit. I actually do like luxury. I mean, but
That's what we're.
does it? Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, yeah,
I use Flex for that.
it's like if I stay in a hotel, there's only one brand I stay at, and it better be, and that's it. I mean, you don't even try to put me in the first thing, but I won't walk in that door. I'll sleep in the car.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, there's certain things I have to channel out, and it's like, this is it or nothing, or I'm not, or I sleep in the car.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care. Okay.
Yeah.
But does it help? Well, it depends. Are you grounded because of that type of, I think maybe you become grounded because you see other people who have the ability to pay for that type of stuff.
Right.
But I don't deal with jerks, meaning I refuse to sell cars to NBA players, Panthers. I don't. I tell you why. Because they're not buying the cars. Their managers are doing all the thing, and they're trying to, and they make everything, and they try and make this, they make that. I mean, it's like, oh God, no, dude.
Okay.
If I'm going to sell the car, but I'm going to deal with that guy. I was asked one day for a Panthers player to do something. A dealership called me.
Okay.
They didn't want. They didn't want to. They couldn't do the deal in the dealership, so I had to do the deal. I did the deal.
You did it.
But I said, I'll do it only if it's a guy, because I'm not dealing with his manager. Well, I said, no, why? I said, because I'm not dealing with the bullshit. I said, he's calling me, tell me when he's coming, and I'm dealing with him. I'll make it very easy. I said, I'm not starstruck. I don't give a.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't, and I actually don't know. I mean, honestly, I just said, that was him. I said, yeah, why? What? So, I said, okay.
It stinks a little bit.
But but it's I think it's the same. It doesn't matter. It could be an actor or whatever. I'm not. So I mean, I worked in Vegas for 10 years. So I mean, I saw that type of stuff, but I never got starstruck. I mean, so maybe what you're asking me as a question, when you see people, so I don't deal with jerks. I deal with people who are humble, who actually know why they made their money.
Gotcha.
Or either they will friendly say, yes, I inherited it, but I'm still working the money and I'm making the money more.
Multiply.
Okay.
Yeah.
I barely, maybe, well, and if they're, let's say, spoiled brats, they don't stick around me a long time, because I maybe have this thing that they maybe feel that don't care about them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in a, but you get what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't really.
I like really dealing. I mean, I don't care how you make your money, but you're working for it. Okay.
Right.
And you can go buy whatever you want to buy. I don't care. I'm not going to question you. It could be anything. Okay.
Mhm.
Not my business. If you earned it, go get what you want to get. I'm not even going to question you. You want it? I go get it.
That's what I was asking because I assume all these cars that I see, you typically deal with your typical god.
But it's not.
But I noticed that those people are not what you think that.
Usually it's the ones that are made they made themselves that are not that.
Yeah.
We're not in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The ones that made themselves.
We're not in Las Vegas here. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I'm not going to really say Miami, but Vegas terribly. Meaning they drive in whatever, and they can't barely pay for it. Okay.
Oh well, that too. Yeah.
And I mean, they don't own it. They barely can pay for it.
Yeah.
That's one way of seeing it. No, Miami, they pay for it, but they're showing off. Yeah. And I don't care. You want to show off, it's fine. There's not much of this here, but all of this economy here is changing a lot, and you guys are seeing it. Okay, this town is growing. I mean, and it's growing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm betting on. On my end, that's where I'm really betting on.
But same here. Right?
Same.
We're financing real estate, so
We're betting on
the market just
the up.
And then that will give opportunity to go out, meaning from here you can go wherever you want to go. You can go take over any other market. Okay.
Yeah, well, we're doing 50 states right now. Well, 49, but we do what 30% here,
46. We don't do North Dakota, South Dakota, Alaska.
depending on the
1.
company.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do what 30% here in Charlotte and surrounding probably.
Yeah. So I think we're on the same note as you are, which is we're going and we can't go back.
We can't go back.
Like we have already made our bed.
That is, and isn't it sometimes problematic when you look at it? I mean, but no.
Yeah, because
It's sort because if you were really an analytic, okay, or let's say you're a banker, okay, what bankers, they all go by charts,
Right.
okay, and I mean, I don't like bankers. Let me make it clear, because because it's the weirdest thing. They go by charts and say, oh yeah, but you're fine losing $30 million, okay, and you're complaining about little guy like us who tries to make work with $1 million. And you are not willing to loan us another $1 million because we're a risk, but you're willing to give they have their charts. They have, I mean, it's like, okay, but they're gambling. Okay. So
It's all a gamble.
I mean, so the difference is, I don't think any of us sitting in this room, we're not gambling. We know there's a risk factor, but we're not paying attention to it. So I don't know. On my end, I have people who have said to me just recently and said, I could not sit in your skin every morning and wake up and if you look 3 years forward and you say, doesn't look really good, and it's like, do you think that way? I said, I don't. I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
But it's not true that it doesn't look good. It's just them who like comfort. Yeah.
Correct.
I don't like comfort. I mean, I do love comfort, but what I'm saying is,
but
if I get too comfortable in a job, if I get too comfortable in a job, I don't produce anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true.
I got fired every time when I got too comfortable.
Okay.
So the solution to it is to work for myself, because I can't fire myself. But it's very simple. There's no comfort. There is zero comfort, because you are. I mean, unless you don't care, I'm responsible for other people. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I'm gonna go in the gutter, I mean, it's gonna be me in the gutter. I'm not gonna put my employees in the gutter. Okay. What I'm saying is, it's my fault. So I'm gonna make sure that I cover them. Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
But even then, if you're comfortable couldn't you get too comfortable because you have too much money? And you're like, okay, so what's the purpose of making more? Have you ever asked that question, like, to yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I know people who have too much money,
Okay.
and some are comfortable, but they have to keep themselves busy.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
but they don't want to. This is a very particular one. And it's like, oh, geez, you could go do this right now, and you could. And it's like, will you imagine? Hell no, I'm not going to work for this guy. I'm not going to work for this company. He said, you imagine, Jesus, you put it's like, I would be proud of myself being in that position. Okay. And it's like, and it doesn't matter. You're getting well paid. Okay. But, and then you're also you're a CEO of this. Jesus. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He said, shit, all that. I don't want to I don't want to respond to anybody anymore. Okay. But then there's others that said, okay, well, why don't you go do something? And other people say they go do things. They go, but they also now they don't put all they have the money, but they don't risk anymore. It's like they will risk 10-15% of their fortune.
Yeah.
That's it. Not more. Okay. And it's like, that doesn't work on my end. Meaning I would make sure I have 25-30% maybe on the side. Security, but the 70%, I'm going in, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go make money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. It doesn't matter what. So the thing is, this is. I don't know what is made out of tomorrow sometimes in certain things because I go after so many other. I mean, I'm thinking of other stuff, and it's like, but if I could take time, walk away, and just, I would go. I mean, I don't know. I would go buy Airbnbs. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I would go into other. I would and still do what I'm doing today. Okay. I would go into. There's other things I've been thinking of. I mean, we started our own watch brand. It's like, why do I do that? And it's like, I know why I did it because I did it because I was sitting in a building in the middle of the Vallée de Joux, what is basically the $1 billion watch valley of Switzerland, okay? Where all the main brands, where basically you can drive for 30 miles and there is all the watchmakers of the planet, okay?
Okay.
And I was looking out the window and I said, that's Longines. And Longines is owned by Swatch. Swatch bought all the little raggedy plastic watch bought everybody. Okay, pretty much owns 80% of the Swiss watch market. Okay, and look at this, Jesus Christ! And I was talking, and I said, I'm in this manufacturing plant for my buddy. Said, hey, what about me starting my own brand? And he said, you got a name? I said, sure I do. And he said, you got a plan? I said, sure I do. Here, I pull it out. I said, you got to put my computer in, bring another thing. I said, yeah, this is the watch I want to do. Okay, let's go this direction. 3 weeks later, I had a watch.
Okay.
But
Okay.
and I'm not making. I'm not taking any money.
So you can make watches too? Oh, no.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We only wear our own brands.
Okay.
We call the driver. So
I've actually thought about doing something. Well, not making my own brand, but making my own watch. It's kind of like if I want a gold watch or just make it instead of buying like a Rolex, which I'm wearing one, but
we have access. We actually have access to where you can make your own watch from scratch.
okay.
Now you have to understand when you make one watch,
Yeah, it's gonna be more expensive.
it's
probably.
going to be
Yeah.
somewhere. I mean, it's going to $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 just one watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what you pay for a Rolex anyway. So
But you're not. Well, hold on. Depends what kind of timepiece. It depends what kind of. I mean,
yeah.
well, yes, but $1 million watch does. I mean, a $500,000, $600,000 watch. It's because of the mechanism. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just stay in the normal world, I mean, a normal chronograph. I mean, okay, you can make your own. I mean, that's not a problem. I met these guys. That's what they do, and then you can brand it. You can make it your. And that's it. It can be done.
We gotta talk about that.
No, it really can be done. And indirectly, I mean, there is somebody else out there somehow reached out to me or something, and they produce some cool watches, nothing excess $1,000 watches. Okay, when I think it could be sold for $2,500 on the American market. Okay, But nice pieces. What are car related, okay?
Mhm.
And the guy told me to come and see him in Switzerland. I haven't taken the time. But what I'm saying is, listen, what I'm saying is where we're coming down, why I say that, I say, you know what? If you're driven by passion and you get to a certain age, there's things you want to do, okay?
Yeah.
If one day you say you want to own your own FBO, aviation company, and if you can do it, I mean, there's guys who have done it, okay? I mean, I worked for a guy, his name was Tilman Fertitta,
Okay. Yeah.
and you know who that is, okay? And now actually he's the biggest shareholder of the Wayne Resort, actually talking about that. You know that, right?
I didn't know that.
He's the biggest shareholder. And he owns a company called Landry's. Actually, he owns casinos as well. So he bought the old Steve Wayne casinos, the Golden Nugget, okay? But he owns chains of restaurants, okay? And pretty much when you walk Walt Disney, all the restaurants are his brand, okay?
Wow.
But he majorly makes his money out of casinos today. So I actually worked for him as beverage director for the Golden Nugget. But where I was going with this, he owns his own FBO. I mean, I think he has 6 or 7 Gulfstreams.
Okay.
Yeah, he has his own hangars. But what I'm saying is money. If you have the money,
Yeah.
he wanted it. He has his own Bugatti and the Rolls-Royce dealership too.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm saying is money buys
You want-
whatever you want to buy. So I mean, and that's one thing what I'm gonna say. Owning a dealership, you need a lot of money. It is not a cheap business anymore, owning a dealership. That's why, I mean, if you want to become a franchise
Any
dealership,
kind of dealership or
if you want to own a Ferrari, Lamborghini dealership,
yeah, those are pretty. Yeah.
it's gonna cost you money.
What about the other ones?
I mean, are they accessible? Could you get a Lamborghini dealership?
I don't know.
Could. A Ferrari dealership, very hard. Could you get a Lamborghini dealership? That might be the only one in the tolling pole that I would actually go after.
Okay.
How much we talking?
And it's strange. And I'm not a big
Yeah.
I'm not a big Lambo guy. Okay, it's strange. Why? Because it's a very particular brand. It's also a bit. Why I sell Ferrari? Why I'm more comfortable around Ferraris? Because I work for a Ferrari dealership and I have this network of people around me. Okay. I did not work for a Lambo dealership, but what I'm saying is, although they are, obviously the brand is owned by Volkswagen. We understand that, okay, but still driven in a very specific way, okay, business wise, and they don't hoarder their cars. They don't over. You know what I'm saying? Everything they whatever they put on the floor, they will sell. The only way you get a Ferrari, you have to order it. You know that. A brand new Ferrari will not sit on the floor. And if it sits on the floor, that means someone canceled it. Okay? Canceled the order. But that doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Okay.
You have to have, most of the times, if you don't have
Is that why you like Ferrari?
no,
Oh.
no.
That's actually
But
what I don't like.
no, I'm not trying to. But what I'm saying is, to own a Ferrari dealership, it costs a lot of money. And they're very particular. They're very controlling.
What about a Lamborghini?
Lamborghini may be a little bit different. Meaning, when I say a little different, they're not neither. It's my knowledge. And again, I never worked in the Lamborghini dealership. Although it seems like it is a brand that is an easier clientele.
Okay. What does that mean?
They know what they want. Meaning a Lambo is a little bit different than a Ferrari. Yeah, you agree to this, okay?
I both, yeah.
You had both, but also a Lambo is more of a car. You literally can drive it. You don't care. Most people own Lamborghinis, rain, snow, dirt.
Yeah,
They don't
it's-
care.
Yeah.
A Ferrari, the guy will not put it in the dirt. We don't put it in the rain. Okay, won't drive it through the mud. Okay, will not. Okay, a Lambo will sit on the side of the road, park, no problem. Okay, totally different clientele. That doesn't mean they don't own other stuff. Okay, although a Ferrari dealership, it's just it's managed differently because a Lambo, you literally could get your hands on one if you want to. I mean, they're not going to give you a limited edition, but you can get your way faster into the Lamborghini dealership than buying a Ferrari. You know that as a fact, okay? And it's funny because I am not a Lambo guy, but I know it's strangely as be around me. I have a few people who said, if you could get your hands on a Lamborghini, I will invest in it. I mean, I can get the money.
Okay. How much would it be?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what?
Tens?
No. Some of the dealers are going to be what? 30, 40, 50?
That's not bad. That's a lot of money.
I mean,
million?
their dealerships up, their McLaren dealerships where they're asking $60 to $70 million.
Okay.
That is a brand I would not go after at all.
McLaren?
Yeah. How do you feel about those? I've thought about buying one. I'm like, I don't know.
No.
The name sounds cool, but
Please, I can't. We refuse to work on them. and the only 2 McLarens I ever took in on trade, they cost me trouble, and they never made me money. And I was lucky enough not to lose a dime, but I did not make money because lucky enough that I had people who took me out of them and to help me. Okay. So they drove them for a while, and then I would try and sell them and get rid of them. Okay. But they were all problematic.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
Well, I mean, if you want to sell a car, I can drive them all around if you want. I'll sell anything. I'll sell anything.
I believe you that way. I believe you on that one.
Cyrus, we really appreciate you stopping by our podcast and sharing those stories. I think we might need a part 2 because we only got a bunch of questions. We got to California.
I'm okay to do a part 2. Yeah, we never went to Hawaii. And
that's what I'm saying. We got to California, like we got to Switzerland and then I got really interested in Syria. I didn't follow. We will do a part 2.
We can do another one. But there's something actually. There is an amazing event what's taking place in Switzerland. Okay, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
What's taking place in Switzerland in February, and January, February, and it's one of the most luxurious car shows I ever seen ever. Perfect. And I did it last year. It's called ICE. Okay.
Yikes.
And you have.
I tell you what you will see.
You look it up. I was there. I did it. I was blown away what I saw.
I don't think I'm gonna find that if I look for ICE.
No, that's how it works. It's called ICE because I get that. I didn't even think about it.
Oh,
because it's a car show they do on a frozen lake.
Oh wow!
I would love to see that. I went to Switzerland last year, and we loved it. So,
and it's the only town ever. They have a Pagani dealership right in the middle of the town.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
How hard? I mean,
yeah.
It's not easy to have a Pagani dealership, but they put one right in the middle of that town.
Why? We've lived
Why? Because why? Because no one drives up there. They all fly in on private jets.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense.
How long is the event? It's like
it's a weekend.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so we'll do a part 2 because I feel like I wanted to learn more.
Oh, maybe it's a part 2, but maybe a better
in Switzerland.
Maybe we should do it over there. Maybe we should go to this.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it last year. I did it last year in last minute. Absolutely stunning.
I'd be down. That sounds good.
I mean, you're walking down the street and you're looking and say, "Is that a $20 million car?" It's like, and you look and say, Jesus Christ. And I mean, it's like one, you say, oh, and they're all over the place.
It's nice.
And it's in a backdrop that you could not believe. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, okay. Thank you, Cyrus.
No problem, guys. Thank you very much.
Wrap it up. Thank you, Javier. Thank you, Anderson. Thank you, my mom.